Welcome to your Gin Weekly Update for Friday, November 3rd, 2017. I'm Joel Yeast. This week in the update, we take a look at our November Gin Report, which is out now. We get a special visit from one of our Chief Education Officers, Dr. Tom Morter. A look at this week's member webinar. Plus, we talk about our weekly membership overview call. But first, the Gin Report for November is here. This month, look for a recap from our Paris events with Dr. Tom Morter, an introduction to the Gin Development Series, a feature on giving thanks, plus photos, the French Corner with Aline Delbiez and Jean-Luc Schiffer, the German Corner with Peter and Claudia Kusters, and so much more. Look for the November Gin Report, which is available right now. The final part, Part 5 of our Gin webinar featuring Mr. Bryan Dodge, is now posted. Let's take a look right now.
Law number 2, it never gets better than the interview. Meaning there are some people that should not be invited to be in the Gin Club. I hope I said that well. Your job is not to put people in positions of your need. Your job is to put people in positions where they succeed. Do it better than you've ever done.
Members can access all 5 parts of this great Gin webinar right now and look for a brand new Gin webinar video series available this Wednesday. Join us each and every week for our Gin membership overview call. If you have a prospect that you would like to introduce to Gin and let them know what it's all about, you can call each and every week with your guests. It's every Tuesday. And if you don't have a guest, that's okay too. Feel free to join us anyway and help spread the positive vibration of this call and this club. Look for an email with all of the details on how to dial in to our weekly Gin membership overview call. And now with information, updates, and powerful lessons, allow me to welcome our Chief Education Officer, Dr. Tom Morter. Dr. Tom?
Thank you, Joel. I'm Dr. Tom Morter, and I'd like to talk with you today about a couple of different topics. Number one, our Global Expansion Director. We are expanding this club. We are making it more accessible to more people. Lee Kinney, beautiful person, spectacular individual, great businessman, a person that you want your contacts or you want to be in front of yourself. He's going to be touring in Australia, he's going to be in Auckland and New Zealand, and he's going to also be in Vietnam at the end of this month, the second half of this month. We will be giving you in email and listed on the website the particular dates and times as those things firm up and finalize. I just wanted to give you a heads up the 1st of November that those things are happening inside the Global Information Network because of the expansion and the commitment that Blaine and I and Lee have put together for you. So that you can have access to key individuals in this club to help you talk to your circle or sphere of influence. So that you can get those people involved in what I believe is the most incredible club on the planet. Which really brings me to 2 topics that I want to cover with you today. One is, as we move into this time of year, the last 2 months of the year, November and December, so often we get busy, we get overwhelmed, we get a lot of extra activities that are required of us, both with time, mentally thinking, finances, all of those things come into play. And I want to talk with you about that, to not get caught up, to distinguish, to understand the difference in activity and accomplishment. You see, sometimes people look really busy. They're busy all the time. They're always doing, you know people like this. I describe them as they're like the hummingbird on crack. They're going 1,000,000 miles an hour all over the place all the time. The reality is, do they really accomplish anything at the end of the day? That's the key. You see, there's a difference in activity, being busy, busy work, acting like there's always something going on, there's always a crisis. You know people like this. That's one of the beauties of this club, is that it teaches you to focus. It teaches you to understand accomplishment. It teaches you about keeping score. You see, we want to focus on the accomplishment. What's the end result? What's the goal? What's the chief aim? You see, we have terms and we have ways in which inside this club you can keep score, you can keep track, you can move into a direction so that a day from now, a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, 5 years from now, you are in a better place. Because you simply focus on what you desire. We have a plan. You see, everyone that I know of, everyone in business, everyone that has success in business, in relationships, in health, they all do that via a plan. The plan can change, the plan can be modified, the plan can be tweaked, the plan can be adjusted, the plan can be updated. Yet there is a plan. People don't just wake up healthy one day. People don't just lose 30 pounds one day. People just don't become spiritual one day. They do that with a plan. They do that over time. That is the beauty of this club. There is enough information at any given level for you to win, for you to have a plan, for you to formulate a plan inside this club so that you move toward your goal, the reason, the desire that you had when you joined this club. Activity and accomplishment. Don't get caught up in being busy. Focus on the accomplishment. What's the end game? And is your activity, are the choices you're making inside your day moving you in that direction? If so, you're winning. The second concept I want to talk with you today about is really a very simple one, and it's, who do you listen to? I was reminded of this just the other day when I stopped doing one of the simplest tasks. I was stopping to get gasoline in my car. And I stopped and I pulled in and I got the hose out and I scanned my card, and all of a sudden this news screen pops up getting gas. And get this, I'm just wanting to put fuel in my car. That's my goal. And all of a sudden there's this very polarizing, loud, incredibly loud, obnoxious voice and image telling me the tragedy of the day. They don't seem to put much good news in media these days. It seems to mostly be polarizing. Well, I choose to not listen to that. This screen kept blaring this information to me, and it triggered in me why I don't listen to those news programs, why I don't engage in those activities, because they're not fulfilling to me. It doesn't get me where I intend to go. It doesn't contribute to that. Who do you listen to? Do you listen to that kind of information? Or, if you really want to listen to some great information, we have thousands of hours of that information available to you inside this club. Listen to the material that's presented to you at the different levels, previous events, the archive of information that we have. If you want to listen to something positive, go on and listen to a webinar. Listen to Ed Foreman and Earlene talking about something about a successful life. Listen to the information that they share with passion and intention for you. Listen to Mary Miller. Pull up Mary Miller and listen to the information that she shares with you and how you can begin to identify traits that you have, ways in which you want to move into a different direction. You can become healthier. You can become happier. You can become more at peace. You can become more calm. Listen to a webinar from Dr. Ted about health. Listen to that information. Some of the most watched webinars that we have inside this club. Listen to Blaine Aythorne talking about relationships. What a perfect time of year to focus on relationships. Traditionally, here in the United States and worldwide, families get together this time of year, toward the end of the year. And what a perfect time to work on your family relationships. Work on your business relationships. Work on you. Work on you to change who you are, to move into the direction of who you desire to be. Spend some time reviewing the information that you've learned since the moment you joined this club. It doesn't matter, but find your favorite excerpt, your favorite webinar, your favorite event, your favorite clip in the Success Mastery course. Find your favorite clip and listen to it again. Review it, own it. Make it so that you vibrate with that frequency, something you can relate to, something you can win. Do it because you deserve it. Do it because you're worth it. You're worth it. I'm Dr. Tom Morter. Back to you, Joel.
Thank you so much, Dr. Tom. Amazing lesson once again. That's the weekly update for Friday, November 3rd, 2017. I'm Joel Yeast. I'll see you again next week.